House. Good evening, Doc.
Hey, what's going on, man? How you doing today?
You got it. You got it. Get lean with Dr. Green, our new segment. We're jumping right into it. Dr. Green, tell us about what does that mean? Get lean with
Well,
Dr. Green.
so the whole idea with lean, obviously, is a play on words, but with that being said, it's getting healthy. I mean, you think about the time and the period of time that when you look at the Western societies as it pertains to caloric intake, calories, weight gain, it's that mid-November to that mid-January time period, and we just are back to back to back with holidays, and we have historically done a lot with festivities and gatherings that bring a lot of high calorie foods to the table. And so snacking. And so the way I see it is that this is the perfect timing to kind of launch that because it really gives us an opportunity to change the narrative. And let's do something different to, that's what I say, beat the holidays. And what I say is, don't let the holidays do you, do the holidays.
So, Doc, holidays are coming up. Holiday weight gain. We made it through Thanksgiving. Everybody's been in the gym. Christmas is coming. What kind of knowledge can you drop to everybody who's getting ready to gain some serious weight in these next couple of
Well,
days?
well, hopefully we can keep it in moderation. But I'll tell you, I have a few steps, little tricks, things like that, that if you just engage in two or three, you'll be surprised how you can maintain yourself through the holidays. And I like to start off with talking about, first of all, as we enter the holiday season, and we cannot ignore the pandemic that we're in. So as we begin to come together, we have to keep in mind still our social distancing, washing of our hands, but also wearing a mask. All right. So now, once we've gotten that together and we are in these social gatherings, we also commonly find that we have much more of a sedentary lifestyle as it
Mm,
pertains to post dinner outings. Right? We eat dinner, we sit around, we watch the Cowboys. Right? Is that what we do?
that's right. Not the
That's
Colts, but the
cheating, right?
Cowboys. I
Exactly. I threw that one for you. But with that
appreciate
being
that.
but with that being said, why can't we say let's have an after dinner walk? Let's get up and do something together as a family that makes it more active. So therefore, we're burning some calories by being more active. We also must be a little wiser around snacks. This time of year, there's always cookies, cakes, and pies that we tend to nibble on.
Hold
How?
on, Doc. Hold on. I gotta cut you off.
Okay.
I came to your practice the other day, and you took me on a tour with your lovely nurses. And when I went in that break room, I saw cookies, cupcakes, coffee, cream, non-sugar free, one sugar-free cream. So help me understand what that's all about while you're talking.
Well, that's talking about snacking wisely. Just because it's there doesn't mean you have to indulge in it all. And so, obviously around this time of year, especially in the office setting, or even going to individuals' homes, what you'll find is that the gifts that you get, and a lot of things that you saw were things that were bestowed upon me from different individuals. And so we're very grateful for those gifts. But that doesn't mean that you have to indulge in those. And so what I've done is I shared them. First of all, I shared my gifts with everyone else so that once I don't indulge in all of that. So I think, but it is why snacking. So you miss the fruit, those in the refrigerator, staying cold. So you
Yeah.
have to know what the right snacks are. But that's also a component. But
So do
also,
you hold? Mhm.
go
Sorry,
ahead.
go ahead. Go ahead.
About portions too. One of the common things, our eyes are bigger than our stomachs. And so what we
Mm,
tend to do is we just gravitate toward filling our plate and consuming that plate because from a behavioral standpoint, we also grew up in times where you couldn't leave the table until you finish your plate. And so that was a
mm,
very important point to that
mm.
as well. So what I challenge individuals to do during this time of year is get a smaller plate. Let's start off with a smaller plate. And therefore, as you consume those calories, you may reach those satiety centers before you indulge in too many calories.
So do you ever hold your patients accountable? Like they come in and they weigh one thing and then they come back and their weight is different. How do you hold your patients accountable? And how can people viewing the feed tonight hold themselves accountable?
Well, definitely, Brandon. So one of the things that we do is always a weight challenge. And what I mean by that is if they come in,
Hmm.
and let's talk about the post-operative patient
Okay.
who may have gained weight. And so you always have to establish what did they do when they were losing compared to
Mm,
now. And if they're
mm.
serious and honest with themselves, most of them will tell you that they're eating the wrong things or they're less active. And so what we try to do is put them back on track. And getting back on track is really to go back to where they were when they were losing. And part of that goes back to, do you realize what you've been eating? So a diet log is a very important component. Writing it down, if it goes in your mouth, food, drink, let's write it down. Let's calculate those calories so then you can see what you're truly consuming. It's easy to say in your 24-hour recall, well, I had a salad, but you forgot about the handful of chips or the quick cookie that you got. So if it goes on paper, you write it down.
Guilty.
Guilty of charge. But also what you can do is weigh yourself. And I don't want you to obsess about weight. But what you can do is get on the scale from time to time and get a gauge of where you are. And if you see a trend, therein lies how you have to make a difference. But the other thing that makes people accountable, and what I say, is have a buddy system. If you're trying to lose and maintain something, have someone do it with you. It's always a situation to where having a buddy that has same health goals, activity levels that may inspire you to engage you to do things to lose as well. And I'll tell you, like no other thing, I think the accountability has a lot to do with just knowing that they're coming back to see me. And you find out that most patients
Right.
don't want to point. They say, I'm coming back to Doc Green. I got to get on my A game.
Right. So, Doc, let's do something fun. We're going into the holidays.
Yes.
Let's throw a challenge out there so people can actually stay motivated over the next 7 days. Because some people are getting ready to go all in on Friday. Well, starting Thursday night and Friday. What kind of challenge can you throw out there?
Well, and I think that's right on. So as we talk about all the things that we can do to decrease our calories, from portion to getting good sleep, to adding more protein so we get our satiety levels earlier than consuming a lot of the calories, I think another motivator is the incentive. And so what I'm going to do, I'm going to challenge your audience today. I've kind of put the plug out there for individuals through this time, challenging them that those individuals that are tuned in today, that respond to the chat, that once they want to commit to the challenge, which is basically a weight loss challenge. All right. And so what I want to do is challenge individuals tonight. And what you have to do is there's going to be 4 steps to that. The first step is you have to weigh yourself on a digital scale, barefooted. Okay. So barefoot. That needs to be sent on December 23rd. That's tomorrow. Sent to leanwithdrgreen@gmail.com. All right. Then over the course of the next 2 weeks, I want them to start activating some of the pearls and some of the tricks and trades that we talked about tonight. And I want you to show that activity, exercise. Show a picture of you doing some form of activity, whether it's walking, whether it's lifting weights, whatever it is, to show something that you're doing to show physical activity. Also, I want you to take a picture of a plate of food that you feel is a healthy plate. And so if you start doing these things now, and you what I say is you're putting yourself on notice, it once again makes you accountable.
I hear you, Doc.
That last picture on January the 2nd, back on that same digital scale with those same feet. You want to know why I want to say feet? Most people don't have feet that look the same, right? So my point is, I don't want you putting your 10-year-old daughter on the scale on day 10 talking about, hey, so that's the challenge.
Right on.
I need to validate that it's you. And if it is you, and you send those last 3 pictures on January 2nd, and the individual who loses the greatest percent of excess weight loss will win a $500 gift card as a prize, as an incentive, just to getting healthy, getting lean. And let's not wait until 21 to do the things we can do today.
Wow. That's awesome, Doc. So let's kind of go back here, and people can rewatch the show once we're done. How can they get the information to you? I know you need a picture, you need a plate, a picture of them exercising, and a final picture of themselves, but they also need to be able to show that it's actually them and not somebody else's feet. So how can they get a hold of you again? What's the email address?
Lean with Dr. That's Dr. Green @gmail.com.
Okay.
The first picture should be on the scale with their feet, sent tomorrow, December 23rd. That way we have them in the system. The next 3 pictures can be sent all together on January 2nd.
Okay.
which will be a picture of them doing physical activity. Second, a nutritious meal. And third, their final weight with the same scale and their same feet.
And this is not just for women. This is for men.
No, all
everybody.
comers, all comers.
Okay.
I think that we all have a situation to which, around the holidays, instead of gaining the weight, we can do something to lose the weight instead of putting it off to that New Year's resolution. Let's go ahead and get proactive. And so this is just another way to incentivize individuals to start saying, hey, don't put this off. Let's get healthy today.
Everybody, this is Dr. Michael Green, bariatric surgeon, with his segment, Get Lean with Dr. Green. Got a big challenge coming. Make sure you take your picture, send it tomorrow. You might win a $500 gift card. You can do it, and you got to speak that. I can do this. Here to close out the show, international recording artist all the way from Los Angeles, California. She's already kicked off 2 performances. Let's put our hands together